I'm going to be testing Hellblade 2 on my 4090, but I'm going to be taking a look at 8K, so it's probably going to be the complete destruction of my 4090 and PC, but we'll find out. Resolution I've got set here, so we've got 8K, which is 7680 by 4320. I've got resolution scale set to 100, so we're at native 8K. I will probably have to use upscaling, but we'll obviously find out when I get into the game. Graphics wise, I've got everything set to the max, so if we go advanced settings here, you can see everything set to high, which is the maximum settings for the graphics. Right, so as we could kind of guess from what we saw at 4K, we had about 40 FPS. I'd obviously expect 8K to not be particularly good, sitting here at about 12, 13 FPS, so quite significantly lower than what we had at 4K, but actually I thought it maybe would be a little bit worse. I thought we'd be under 10 FPS. We're definitely probably going to get some dips under 10. I would guess. Oh dear.
You see these graves?
This happens to me at 8K.
This is how we honor
Big stutter then. I know, I remember the same thing happening to me on Last of Us. Look at this VRAM, 23 gig. It's almost definitely going to be probably push closer to 24 after we play for a little bit, I should imagine. So pretty much maxed out on that. I think it's the only resolution I really ever see it max fairly frequently is at 8K. We see 24 gig fairly frequently.
What happened? I told you.
Power as well, though, interestingly, is not actually particularly high at 8K here. About the same at 4K, I think we had. It was about 350, wasn't it?
It is what they do after they...
So yeah, some pretty big stutters there. You can see that in the frame time. Every now and then it almost pauses for like 10 seconds. But fingers crossed it doesn't crash. We will drop some of the settings down and stuff in a bit. I won't play like this for long, just to purely check it out. It looks really nice visually, I'll tell you. Obviously the game looks really nice anyway. At 8K it looks... Oh my god, just the latency. Have we gone into a cutscene? I think we have. I was trying to sort of stop then, but the latency felt crazy. I'm worried this is almost definitely going to crash. It feels like. Pushing my GPU to the absolute limit. So we are looking at an average of about, we've got 12, so it's definitely in and around there.
You're mad.
She's not mad. Doesn't see the signs.
Don't make sense.
Stupid. He doesn't.
You're mad.
He doesn't know. He doesn't see the signs.
There is no way. I am going in there.
Look at it.
I'm going to now take a look with the graphics set to low, so I'm going to change the global preset here to low, which is put all of the settings to low, apart from this one. It only goes to standard, so let's have a look. And that hasn't really saved us too much, has it? 18 FPS now, so 5 or... Well, we had an average of 12. We've now got an average of 19, so that's 7 FPS difference. So it's obviously not a massive difference. It is definitely obviously better than playing at 12 FPS, but not significant. I thought maybe it'd be a bit better. Maybe closer between 25, 30 maybe would have been ideal. And then at like 30 FPS it's somewhat playable. What have I got to do here? I'm not sure what I got to do on this bit.
This land.
That has brought, going from high to low here, has brought VRAM down by about 3.5 gig there. Under 20 gig now. Significantly easier on my GPUs. Brought power down by quite a bit as well, 30, 40 watts. I think maybe I've got to go through here. Yep. Wonder if we still get those huge stutters where it pauses. Probably don't see that so much with low graphics. With a bit of luck.
Everybody has died.
All the people butchered.
Dead bodies everywhere.
It's happening again.
This is like what happened to your village.
To your village.
To us. Do you remember?
Do you?
still doesn't... The game doesn't actually look that bad at low graphics here.
The Northmen raided your village.
They enslaved
I
people.
was expecting it to maybe look a little bit worse. It doesn't look too bad.
Dillian,
They killed him, Senua.
he died because of them.
Do you remember?
Getting it dipped down a little bit here to 17, but I should imagine we'd maybe see 10 FPS close to that if we had our graphics maxed out again.
The blood. Don't think about it.
I'm still at 8K, but I'm going to take a look with DLSS on. So I've got upscaling set to quality, and I've got frame generation on as well. And then I've got the graphics set to the max again, so we've got everything set to high. Now, we should see a little bit better than, obviously, native 8K. It's already looking better, 30 FPS at least. So we had an average of about 12, so almost 3 times the FPS we had at native 8K. Still, straight away though, I'm still feeling quite a bit of latency here. Even with playing on controller. But with a bit of luck, it's going to hover around that kind of 30 FPS area, which is not too bad. We are rendering at probably close to 5K here with DLSS quality. So it's given us about an increase of 20 FPS there. Frame generation doesn't seem to really have the same benefit at 8K really from what I've seen testing on other games as well. Now, I'm not sure whether that's because it just doesn't really work at 8K, or whether that's just because 8K's gives you such low FPS, it just makes it really hard to actually generate frames. Like, native frames is 12, so...
Face it.
You need to face it.
Focus.
Right, we got to find this.
Face the past.
It's going to be this here, no? I bet you it's... We've got to get onto that hill.
He's getting closer.
Oh,
Yes.
maybe not.
She can feel it.
Oh, it's easy.
You found the
I thought maybe we'd have to go up onto that hill and it would be... Oh, there's 2 parts. Right.
This place.
We might still maybe have to go up there.
Into your mind. It will suck
That was all lit up.
you back into the past
This going to be one of them?
and hold you there.
I see, I see some sort of symbol then when I looked back. I'm now going to take a look with DLSS upscaling set to balanced, so you can see I've got that switched on here. So I'm interested to see roughly what it takes to get us to 60. Going to balanced here though doesn't seem to have really given us much. Maybe about 5 FPS on average. Seeing it more 35 FPS now. I was hoping it'd be a bit better than that. Probably going to have to drop it down to performance, maybe even ultra performance here to get 60.
Focus.
Go through it to the other side.
Which, obviously, don't really want to do at 8K.
What's coming?
Kind of defeats the point. You might as well drop to 4K and just play 60 FPS
This
there.
is the hardest part.
But it's still interesting to see at least.
Remember what they
Oh,
did to
am I going to have to get in a fight here?
how your village.
How do I kill these things? No, I'm not quick enough. Oh, I remember now. I remember doing this focus thing. That's cool. It was like a special sight, because I can't actually kill these, I don't think, until I do it. That is cool. I can never block that. I can never, it's really hard to dodge that last attack. That's so cool.
Focus.
But I do want to do a quick experiment just to see. I don't really think frame generation is doing much for us. Let's switch that off and see. Okay, it is doing a bit for us, 10 FPS. It's giving us maybe 10 to 12 FPS there. Which about makes sense considering what our native 8K frames are. I'm going to take a look now with DLSS set to ultra performance. You can see that here. It's mainly curious to just try and get 60 FPS, but even at ultra performance, we still can't hit it.
Her mother, her lover.
That's crazy. I thought we'd at least be at 60 with ultra performance, but ever so close. 53 average.
She will hold.
Definitely noticing the difference in image quality here, though. It definitely doesn't look as good now. Should for sure be interesting to see a next gen of GPUs. That kind of highest tier from Nvidia, how that does at 8K. So obviously this is a brand new game, so definitely going to struggle, but see, it struggles at 4K. Not to mention 8K. I've seen the GPU usage come down a little bit as well, 97%. Seen that CPU go up as well, 15%. Obviously, because we're switching the lower down on the presets we go. More CPU bound it's going. Where do I go here? Can I? Over the bridge we go. To Mordor. Is that Gollum? I hear screaming.
Something dark, Senua.
You need to go up there.
Don't let them see you coming.
You need to find out.
Don't let the monsters find you.
You can do this, Senua.
Still getting some fairly big stutters there in the frame time we're seeing, but I think overall performance, although it's really low FPS obviously for 8K, which you kind of expect, the performance still is not too bad in terms of the frame time.
She's alone.
Definitely seen a lot worse.
There's more to fear than just the dark.
At 8K for a brand new game that this kind of graphics level, it's pretty impressive that it can actually even do it at all.
Some shadows can't just be dispelled.
Definitely going to see our FPS drop quite a bit here, which is seeing 48, 45. A lot of that smoke. Look at that. Bubbling. That looks quite realistic, doesn't it?
But the voices are calling.
Oh, I don't like this. One bit. Why would you go up here? You just wouldn't go up there, would you? If you've enjoyed this video, click one of the videos on the screen now to see me testing more GPUs, and I'll catch you next time.